As you can see, the flail mower chops down the material, turns it into these little tiny shreds. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead, and what we're looking at is cutting the biomass cover crop. Actually, we're chipping it down into small materials. Now, I had to bring the blade up high enough because the ground is uneven that I didn't get stuck in places. You can see over here, I bottomed out. But I'm leaving a vegetated grass strip on the edges to kind of mark where I'm working. And I'm using stakes when possible. And I'm simply just using the flail mower to cut all this out and get my terraces cleared off. Now I'm going to continue with this one all the way down to this bump here, but I'm trying to end up with level, basically level grow beds. And this one's got a lot of bumps and hills in it, so it'll have to be tilled deeper for earth movement. But as you can see up here, we get to a narrow path, and the flail mower is going pretty slow because it's real bumpy and stuff. But I basically had to adjust the height in order to at least have one wheel on the ground at any given time so that I don't get dumped in holes. But you can see where this end drops off. So I mark it with a stake. I'll cut this edge, a level plateau here, and then I'll come back and get closer and closer to another edge and then cut below it. But again, we're terracing out this area because it's a slope, and we want some areas to be as flat as possible in order to do more broad acreage stuff. Corn, squash, grains, and so you got to work with it a little bit at a time. Now, can we plant on it with these big wide rows that we got now? We certainly can, but I'm only gonna get 2 or 3 rows of corn, and we're trying to get a lot of calorie crop in. So I'm looking out for holes like this, little mounds and trenches and ditches and stuff. And then after it's all flail mowed, I'll come back and till to kind of level it out more. Now, if I had a discer, I could disc it. This is wide enough for a tractor to disc. What we're really teaching you here is scale. So if you're just a small gardener, a 12 by 12 garden is great. 40 by 40 garden is great. If it's perfectly level, the BCS works wonders. You can do it by hand too. If it's much larger, same concepts work. Slow and spread water, and then set up growing areas. So you got growing paddocks and the growing cells, and we're simply just making mulch. That mulch will dry in the sun. Now, we could have sided it and fed it to animals, let it grow taller, but again, we have to measure our time to put out the plants. Everything's based on the time the plants need to go out. So April 15th, 16th or so, get everything mowed, get larger areas tilled out, start getting smaller beds mowed, get the cover crop terminated. It's probably going to sit for a week, and then start putting in the plants. It should give us plenty of time. And the areas that are going to need the most work get done first, because this one I'll probably have to get the rotary till out, because this particular bed, is not as flat as this bed over here. See, this is super flat. I could just till it, shallow tillage, and it'd be ready to plant in. But over here, it's going to need to be leveled out more. And of course, up the hill, it just needs to be mowed and then shallow tillage to terminate the crops. Anyway, if you've got questions about this or anything else we cover, we have on-site classes. We have additional training programs, additional unpublished video and resources. Visit www.prosperityhomestead.org. We'd love to show you how this works in person. We'd love to show you how you can grow so much more on less space. Visit www.prosperityhomestead.org. Thanks for watching.